Now, I've just finished filming the national championships for the 48-hour ultra marathon. I was there filming it for my web-based series Weekend Warriors TV, but I've got that much vision of Scott being the most unprepared athlete you've ever seen in your life. I've decided to cut it into a short film. Let me paint a picture why we were actually there in the first place. I had a frantic call from Scott on a Sunday saying that he'd stuffed up the night before. I immediately thought, well, he's lost his house, something like that. But his exact words were, I can't remember doing it. It's cost me $350. I've entered into a f***ing 48-hour ultra marathon. And I just thought, brilliant. I'm filming this. So these are the events that took place. Enjoy. While Scott was setting up, other athletes started to arrive. I noticed they seemed a lot more prepared and actually had supplies. I asked Scott where his food and water was.
Yeah, just found out you're supposed to bring your own water. Did you bring your own water?
Possibly.
We didn't.
Right.
So it's the first one for us.
Not our first rodeo either.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's my first rodeo. And I forgot the horse too.
Oh, bugger. Yeah. Doesn't matter, mate. Don't worry. We'll all come together and we'll get it done. I'm going to be so bored.
What are you going to do for 48 hours?
Read my book for the first couple of hours.
What's going on? Well, I forgot water, so I've got to go to the shops and get water and food.
How long till the race?
An hour and a half. Still got a race briefing. Don't even know where the shops are. Should be right, mate.
Have you studied the course?
Oh, I had a look at the incline and the decline today. Looks pretty even throughout, so should be right. I'll be able to work the hills and push the downhills pretty hard.
So what sort of food you looking for?
Just a bit of fruit and some chocolates and high energy food. Quickly. While she reads the label.
Let's just go. We're kind of in a hurry, right?
That was quick. You get there, it's like aged care shopping day for Bruce. I think we got stuck behind the Regis nursing home day out.
So how long you got till the race now?
At 15 minutes.
Back at the track, Billy was giving his final race briefing to the competitors, while Scott was still getting ready. But better late than never, Scott literally makes it to the start line with seconds to spare.
Something that doesn't move. Push as hard as it can.
Some of these guys can run the whole way. It's bloody impressive.
Already hard.
You're damn right, Scott. You got one guy running with no shoes on, and you've got another guy running in thongs. You've got a bloody air mattress on your feet.
Let's breathe this door before we are through.
I've noticed you started to run down the back straight.
Yeah, it isn't because of boredom. I can't just walk a whole lot, so still a couple more hours of running the back straight and see if we can do that till nightfall.
I actually noticed you overtook the leader.
I think he knows that too, so let's not keep that under wraps.
The current Australian champion you overtook on the back straight.
Spread the word around.
One thing I noticed early was that nobody was stopping to eat. Even though they had 48 hours on the track, they still kept moving. Except Scott. He chose to sit down and be hand-fed. Just as Scott was approaching his 100th lap, I noticed he wasn't walking normal, and a slight limp was starting to develop.
Just feel like a couple of blisters are starting to pop already. But I don't know what to put on because I'm allergic to Band-Aids.
So you bought nothing to treat?
Not a thing, Dean, no. Never got blisters before. Shit.
When did that start happening?
Just pretty much on that lap.
On the track they have a physio on standby to help with any of the athletes' issues. Scott was making his first visit to them now at the 6-hour mark.
You can just see like little milk or some shit, pus coming out of it. But it hasn't blown up.
Scott returns to his aid station to put his shoe mattresses back on.
Oh, that's no better. Fucking hell.
With the end of the day approaching, bagpipes were played to the runners. Scott managed to find a sausage sizzle, and like a big old brown bear, he took it to his cave to hibernate. What do you reckon of your decision now, drinking in the spa?
No. Some people do stupid shit, like get on social media or call up an ex and fuck up. I'm good that way, but this is ridiculous. Jumping online. These guys doing this are fully fit.
So you don't reckon you're fully fit?
Not really. Surprise, surprise. I'm just a battler, mate.
So you don't reckon you're going to get drunk and get on the phone again and enter a 48-hour marathon?
No, I'm taking Wi-Fi off at home.
If I was you, I'd get rid of the spa as well.
Yeah, it's a lot to answer for. Shaz, you got that wine?
What's this?
Medicine.
It sucks.
What goes through your head
What goes in your head?
when you're running?
Just pain every step. Every fucking step. Sore. How many days we got left?
Yeah.
Fuck this.
And for anyone playing the game at home, you can see Scott's tent's 180 centimetres. Scott's 187 centimetres long. With the temperatures dropping, the runners started to layer up for the night. Scott was back on the track, but not for long.
Just a dude missing the chromosome. I'm trying to find it.
I think that's pretty standard out on the track, isn't it?
You know that scene from Karate Kid when Mr. Miyagi goes like that?
Yep.
His legs are better? I think that just happened. Oh, I feel a lot, yeah, heaps better.
Did the job?
We'll walk a couple laps and tell you how I feel.
I decided to join Scott and see how the other competitors were travelling heading into night one. Any issues so far?
Yeah, there's always going to be issues. It's just how you process it in the head.
What's with the stride change?
Oh, it's a walk.
Yeah.
So
Why'd you do that?
just change the muscle groups.
give some parts of the body a bit of a rest. So I run 4 laps and walk 1, and then every 4 hours I walk for half an hour. And this is my sort of hybrid walk.
And that works for you?
It works for me, yeah. Well, hopefully. We'll find out on Sunday. Cheers, mate.
And for any filmmakers out there, camera guys or camera girls, I recommend do not use these f***ing Rode mics. They are shithouse. Video Mic Pro. Audio's terrible. F***ing not happy, Jan. Piece of shit. While most of the runners stayed on the track for the night, Scott was fast asleep in his baby tent. How was your night?
Shithouse. So sick.
You can try and just keep walking like that for the whole day.
No.
It's bacon and eggs.
Hold on. It's just 10 all day. Try and do something tonight.
How are we travelling, buddy?
I've just done the slowest 100k I've ever done. The most I'll do 180 to 190, so it's a bit disappointing.
Right, 24 hours in, what is happening?
Have a break and go for another 5k's, and that'll be my 80 odd.
So what's your realistic goal now for the 48 hours?
I'll get to 100k's and pretty much dog it off.
What's dog it off mean?
Finish. It's for people that do this mental.
Why the mental?
This ain't fun. Why the hell would you want to run for 48 hours?
You had a unique way of passing the time last night.
Yeah. I downloaded a movie from Netflix onto my phone, so I was able to watch that as I was going around. It was a great way to pass 2 hours.
And what movie was it?
Jaws.
And why Jaws?
I don't know, why Jaws?
Scary movie to keep you awake?
Yeah, I just wanted to see it. I haven't seen it for ages.
As we headed into the heat of the middle of the day, the 48-hour runners were joined by the 12 and 24-hour races. The track was more congested than ever. One of the really incredible things to watch was the overwhelming outpouring of support that the competitors just kept giving to each other. With the sound of the bagpipes playing again, it meant one thing. The athletes were heading into their second night on the track. You get a movie in last night?
No. I got about 80% of the way through, and I was clearing the apps on my phone, and I swiped on Netflix, and I lost Jaws 2, and it was like, so no, I was devastated. It took about an hour and a half to get to that stage, so I thought, screw it, no movies tonight.
So that nearly broke you?
Yeah, it was that's been the roughest part of the entire trip so far, yeah.
Scott was in his final stages of approaching his 100-kilometre goal. and was chewing the fat with his new mate Tony on his final lap.
I'll just do 150 and then that might be it.
Just lazy 150. You're trying to make my 100 sound shit.
No.
Fucking hell. I'm not walking another lap.
Thank you. Congratulations, Scott. Well done, mate. You've done it out. Congratulations, mate.
Well done. Well done.
Hey, mate. That's seriously well. Honestly, 100k's in your first attempt, brother. Yeah, that was awesome. Yeah, see you next year for the 24 hours.
Yeah.
I think you're the only one that's done the 48 hour and 36 hours.
Well, I actually got the most value for money out of it, so win-win. It's supposed to be a family-friendly event. I took the longest to get there, so...
Shortest.
Well done. Wow. Longest time to get to the 100. Shortest distance achieved, so... Smarts, really. They should actually give me a medal for that. Can you give that one back? Oh, gift voucher. Thank you, sir.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Champion.
Street cred's already out there.
With Scott's race done and dusted, Shaz started packing up the baby tent. While Scott and Tony witnessed something magical. Mick, the awesome runner, managed to eclipse 400 kilometres in under 48 hours, a feat that is rarely achieved. As Mick headed off for his 1001st lap, Scott decided to get a few pointers from Mick's support crew.
Next time you do a race, you got to drink and eat.
Oh no.
And training
Is
that
optional?
helps as well.
You're too hard.
Will you go on board and be Scott's coach?
He'll do it for
Me?
He'll do it for free. That's
For
how
free?
Much that's how
Well,
passionate
mate,
he is.
Anything you do on top of what you've done is an improvement. Your lead up to this event was less than ideal.
It was less than ideal.
Yeah.
That's
I think
fun.
next time, just a sprinkle of training and a little bit of preparation,
Little.
you'll do well.
I hope so.
So will you be back to have another go?
Oh, maybe next year. Yeah, maybe.
How'd you end up?
I got to 100 and...
Did ya?
Yeah.
Good on you, mate. That's unreal,
I
eh?
wanted to get 300, mate.
Bloody well done.
What were you
good
betting
to have
on him
big goals.
falling over at?
I was stuffed at 30.
Oh, we saw we saw that.
Hobbling.
Yeah, yeah. So
for
you
the
got to
last
100, mate.
70 Ks.
Unreal.
And done. Long day. Not the greatest finish of all time, but remember, it was a feature film. That's what you get for a short film. If you want to see the extended version, I'm sure you'll be able to find it somewhere on the Vimeo net. Done.